What up, YouTube? Darth coming at you from the Redstone University world. Once again, this is episode 3. We're going to talk about logic gates. Alrighty, so first we're going to start out with an OR gate. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit, and we're going to separate these two lines. These will be where we put our inputs. So we'll put a lever for an input on both of these. We'll put a dust right here, and that's coming out of those. And then we'll put a line up here, and we'll continue this line together. So both of these input to the same line. We will run them together with a line out, and we will run that into this block, which will then have a lamp on it. I'm using the white block to signify that it's out. So this one or that one. So basically, if you've got a door that you want to go in and out, you can put a pressure plate on this one on one side and a pressure plate on this one on the other side. And no matter which one you step on, the door opens. Next we have an AND gate. You want the output when you flip this one and that one. So what we're going to do is, it's the same concept as that one, they both run into the same line, but first you invert each one of them separately. So you run this one into its own torch and that one into its own torch, and then you run those into the same line, like so. And then you run that into a block, and you run a torch off of that block, and then that torch is your output. So now you have to flip this one and that one to get the output. If either one of them is not flipped, you don't get that output. You could use this in several ways. You could have it to where somebody steps on a pressure plate here and pushes the button for the door to open. You could have it to where somebody steps on a pressure plate here, tells the people inside the building that they're inside, and then they can push the button and let them in. So yeah, anytime it needs to be more than one thing to be done for the output, we're going to call this one a NOT gate. So on this side, what we're going to do is we're going to take this one and we're going to run it inverted into a torch. Then this side, we're not going to run it into a torch. We're just going to run it regular old style. So we're going to throw a repeater there. It doesn't have to be a repeater. It can be just regular redstone dust. I just put that in there so they both run on the same timing. One tick here, one tick there. And then you just run these together like so. You run them out inverted. So out into a block with a torch on it. And then from there you got your output. You got like so. And then what that does is this turns it on. That does no such thing. But what it does do is it locks it so you can't turn that on. So then you could have this one set to a pressure plate on a door, and you could have this one set to a switch out inside the building, so once you get in you can just lock it and then nobody can open. Now this next one is called an XOR gate. I found this one on, I believe, Benny's Cube. It might have been Scup It Up. Those are computer redstone guys. They don't usually go over step by step how to do something, but he was going over what's called a carry adder, and that's part of an algorithm, an arithmetic logic unit for a computer. And so basically all computers, calculators, and whatnot have to have one of these. So he was showing the basic setup of one cell, and it's basically an XOR gate with the AND gate on top as a logic gate, or as the carry. But I'm getting ahead of myself there. So basically what you do is you take both inputs and you run them into a torch, so you invert them, and then on top of those you put a block, and then in between those you put a block. And when you put dust on this, what you've now done is you've created an AND gate right here, to where you turn both of those on for that to be off. So now any torch put on either one of these or this one So yeah, you got that AND gate there. What you do, we'll just get rid of these real quick. What you do is you then, from these torches, you run a line to other torches inverted there. So they're like that, but then you've got a torch off of the AND gate onto those two. And then from here, we're just gonna run these two torches here into a line, and that is then going to invert. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to throw one more. And yeah, we won't put that there, we'll put a torch there. No, that's not a torch. So we'll just put a white block there. Yeah, even so I hadn't done this one for a while, and I just did it out of memory without going back and looking, and it took me like 25-30 minutes to refigure it out. So it turns on from either of them, but if they're both on, it's off. Well, I hope this has been helpful here at the Redstone University. Next time we're going to go over 3 or 4 of the most essential circuits that I've found to help me with some pretty rough redstone projects. I'm sure you will find them helpful as well. Check me out next time on the Redstone University, episode 4. See you.